It's the night before what now feels like a huge match for Nottingham Forest, as Forest will travel to the Windy City, maybe, to take on Bournemouth. Welcome to the preview. Good morning, good evening, guys. Hope you are well, and welcome to what is turning out to be an action-packed episode tonight. Tonight, we're going to be telling you about this Saudi stuff that's been doing the rounds. We've got to talk about Bournemouth. We've got to talk about the results today, and where does everything leave Nottingham Forest right now? So, strap in, get your popcorn out. No doubt there'll be a few arguments, as always, amongst the panel.
Not for me.
Maybe a little less today. And you've had a nap today, yeah? You good?
You had a nap last time.
I'm not quite. I have had it. Yeah, I had a nap then as well, but I'm not quite as grumpy actually today. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good, because honestly, I've never seen so many ant comments off the back of a deadline stream in my life. And shout out to Rob. All the comments saying Rob was right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was the worst bit. That was the hardest.
Dickheads in our chat as well. You know, they're not all intelligent.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's kick it off with Stephen, the legend, with the 10 months. Thank you so much, buddy. How's 10 months flown by? This is crazy, crazy stuff. The score predictions are already coming in. We are going to talk about the Ivory Coast. I was saying to the boys just backstage, I was like, I'm happy because Sheffield got slapped. I'm sad because let's be honest, Sangare ain't coming back now until the 17th. It's the next time we'll see him. And I'm also annoyed with Luton. Just doing my head in. They really are. They really are. What are you saying?
That's amazing. That game was amazing.
Yeah,
it was a good game.
Yeah,
it was a really good game.
It was a really good game. Yeah. Okay, so let's kick this off. Guys, please do hit that like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new. I just want to clear up this Saudi stuff, right? So for those of you who haven't been on Twitter or seen it on Twitter and what have you, make sure you're following us firstly. It's at official FFTV on both Twitter and Instagram, or X, or whatever it's called. Now, Carl, shout out to Carl, put a tweet out this afternoon saying he's heard, shall we say, that Marinakis has been in Saudi to potentially looking to sell the club and a couple of other things. Shout out to Carl, top Forest fan.
Yeah,
always passionate, always got his opinions out, and I love reading his opinions on there. Anyway, that kicked off a bit of a storm. So we had a chat with the club today, and as you guys know, we have good contacts in there, but we went to our most senior contacts in there, and we can flat out tell you guys that Marinakis has not been to Saudi. He has been nowhere near the Middle East as far as we've been told, and he's not looking to sell the club. He loves Forest, and look at the money he's put into it and everything. So just to clear that one up for everyone, that's done. I've spoken with Carl, explained the situation to him, but yeah, he's all good, and everyone now knows what's happening. So Marinakis is not selling. Okay, before anyone does that, he's not been out in Saudi, so that's it. You're not all saying oil money in there. Oil you all up. How could you? How could you get rid of the Greek father? Seriously, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Would you take the oil money? Would you take?
I'd take the olive oil money. No, I'd rather take the olive oil money.
It doesn't matter anyway because of FFP. You can't spend it.
And look at Wolfie. Not all Arabs have got money.
That's true.
It's true.
There have been a few takeovers at football clubs through Arab, and everybody's gone crazy, and all of a sudden they find out they've got no money. They've not all got money.
There's a few fake sheikhs out there, ain't there? So yeah, let's not jump on every bandwagon.
Can we say hi to TJ? Hi to TJ. Hi TJ. He's asked
how
to
are you?
say hi in the chat. So hi TJ.
Do you know what, guys? I have said this to my dad before. I was like, it seems like every Arab or every Arab descent has oil money. Where's mine? Where's mine? Seriously. It's so annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's kick this one off then. So everyone happy? Everyone happy? What are the comments saying? We want the gangster Greek money, not the oil money. Would any of you on the chat take oil on the panel or the chat take the oil money? What are your thoughts on this one? Not that it's a story, just to confirm, but just like out of interest.
As a few of the guys in the chat have already said, it's no point. We'll be in the same situation as Newcastle, but you can't spend it because it's all down to what you bring in terms of revenue and stuff like that. And until you become a global, worldwide club, who outside of the top, none of them are outside the top 6, are they? So until that happens, you just can't spend that money. So it'd be pointless for us right now. We've got the best owner we could possibly want right now, and I'm 100% behind him. And I think
I'm actually a quarter Greek as well, by the way. God, if you lot saw my family tree, man.
Yeah, that's the curly hair, mate, but it's not all on your head, is
it? Wolfie could take over Sheffield for 20. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they've got an they must have one of my uncles, man, because they've got an Arab who's got no money.
Correct. From my point of view, as long as Mr. Marinakis has got the funds to be able to fund our club, I don't want anybody else, you know. So that's where I'm at. So somebody having more money than Mr. Marinakis is not the issue for me. It's as long as he's got enough to keep funding us the way he has.
The guy's a billionaire, you know.
Then he is then he is the man for me. It's shown nothing but good for my point of view, you know. And anybody that kicks a TV set because his team's just conceded a goal is all right in my book.
Yeah, it's passion, isn't it? It's passion.
That's my kind of person.
Yeah,
exactly.
But what you were saying, Crypto, about the FFP stuff, I guess that makes a lot of sense as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, even if you had an owner with even more money, it's all about the income, isn't it? Income versus outgoing. So just because someone has more money, it doesn't necessarily mean they can find a way to fund it into the club in regards to FFP. So look, I back Marinakis to the hills and back. So I think we should stick with him. I think he's done a great thing for our club. I mean, if you compare him to someone like Fawaz, it's night and day, isn't it?
That's good Arabic pronunciation. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
and just to oppose this, it's not that he didn't have money. He had money. He just spent it like a prick. He's definitely got money.
And look at Sheffield United. Jimmy keeps going on about us spending all this money. He's just jealous. Can you imagine having owners like they've got?
Oh,
Nothing.
Can you imagine?
Shout out to Jimmy for losing 5-0 today.
Can you imagine getting promoted and knowing that you're going straight back down without a fight and just accepting it? And the whole fan base accepts it. They don't chat. They say, I've not heard any of them say, why aren't we spending money and trying to keep ourselves up? None of them have said that. They just accepted that we're going to go straight back down.
And what the narrative always seems to be, well, we'll come straight back up. They're no Leicester City. Leicester City went down with a good side, with good players and a good infrastructure. Sheffield going back down with the same players. And they're not going to be able to all of a sudden buy better players because
they lost their decent striker in the summer, didn't they? Yeah.
Do you know what I like about Marinakis as well is that I think he thinks in a similar way to a lot of the fans like we do. Like when he was watching that game the other day and he saw Turner's mistake, he was so angry that he just said, "You know what? Go and buy a new keeper." And I kind of like that about him. So he sees what's wrong and he wants change.
I loved it when we came up. You see so many of these clubs that come up, like Sheffield United, that we're not going to overstretch ourselves. We're not going to this that. In other words, we're going to go back down again with no money. Which when we came up, Mr. Marinakis was saying, "I don't want to just survive. I want us to be in Europe. I want to get the glory years back." And I love that. I love that.
Exactly.
Can we just
all
do
the
what
money
Mark
is
said here, please? Can we all give a virtual high five to Jimmy? All right, chat. Nathan's had this idea. Let me just run this idea by the chat, right? So Nathan's had this idea. Ant's brother, Nathan, the good-looking one. Jimmy's going live at 9 o'clock and he's doing a call-in. And Nathan wants me to dial in under like a fake Sheffield name.
Yeah.
And then turn my camera on. Should we do it and like restream it onto here? I don't know if we can do it, but should we do that? Just like
if we can,
if it works, why not?
It's going to be the new phone jacker. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and it's Saturday night entertainment, man.
Mohammed said, "Don't do it." Again, do it. High class, yes. All right, we'll have a look. I'll keep an eye on Jimmy's stream. But he's probably watching this because he secretly watches all.
Thing
our
is,
stuff.
most other content creators, you could get in touch with them beforehand and say, "Oh, I'll give you a ring at such a time. It'd be a laugh." And most say, "Yeah, all right, mate." With Jimmy, it's just too.
Oh, he
down.
can't. Yeah, he can't take.
He won't have it. He won't
Yeah,
have it.
he can dish out. He can't take it at all, man.
He can't take
That's
it.
why
He can't
it'd be
take it. It's a
more.
bit like
Yeah.
Ant.
I want to say.
anyway, let's crack on. We got a couple of super chats, and I got a couple of things to tell you guys about as well. Jürgen, thank you so much for the 2. What is that? Ant?
Swiss francs.
Yeah, Swiss francs. Yeah.
Oil me up, man. Oil me up. Thank you so much for the 2 Swiss francs, buddy. Fraser with the 1 month. Fraser, welcome aboard, buddy. Good to have you for a second month now.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're a second month for a first one? I can't remember it. We're live also on Insta. Shout out to everyone watching on Insta and on Twitter as well. Get your comments in.
He's gone.
Has he gone?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's back.
Frozen.
No,
Can you
he's
hear
gone.
me?
With his dodgy internet, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Jimmy had
Oh
had
yeah,
his-
and the hat. If you're in the chat, you owe me a £5. My internet did not go down on that 3-hour live stream, by the way. So that's another £5 you owe me. You put a bet on. Pay up, blood.
I might
But
have
you
to
can
kill
put a
the
bet on
Insta
where the
feed,
Wolfies
man.
will last out.
No, it's not that. It's the stupid Insta thing. There's issues with it and StreamYard. Okay. Let's kick this off. Question number 1 coming in from Ryan. Will Sell start tomorrow? So, why is he asking that? You guys can hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
So why is he asking that? Because of the work permit.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know the answer? I'll tell you in a couple of minutes. Once the likes get over 100, I will tell you whether or not Sells will be starting tomorrow. They're on 60 right now. What's up with the £3 super sticker? Thank you so much. Appreciate it, bud. Get those likes up and make sure you're subscribed, and we'll give you all the answers you need. Okay. Crypto. Is Forest Bournemouth or Bournemouth Forest tomorrow now a must win after the results today?
In quoting Ant, I would say mathematically no. I don't really think we can't base it all on tomorrow, can we? If we lose tomorrow, then there's still a huge handful of games left to play. So it'd be nice to win tomorrow. And I think it's on paper it's one of our easier matches, shall we say? And it's about time that we stuffed Bournemouth. But it's not a make or break. Don't forget, if there's going to be these new lads playing tomorrow, they've never played for us. So it's not very often that you see someone on their debut have a really good game. If Taiwo's back, is he match fit? I don't know. There's a lot of questions about our players tomorrow, and I don't think we can have too much expectation in terms of turning over Bournemouth at home. But I'll keep the positivity, but no, I don't think it's a must win.
That didn't sound very positive, to be honest.
No, it didn't.
I think we'll win. I think we'll win, but I don't think it's a must win.
You just said you don't think we can turn Bournemouth over at their place. You're contradicting yourself.
I can't remember saying that.
You just say that.
I know when I mean turning them over, I mean like a 5-0 slapping, like Sandwich FC today. Yeah, look, I think we'll win tomorrow. I'll give my prediction at the end as to what I think the score will be, but I don't think we'll absolutely spank them. But it's going to be a tough match, isn't it? And don't forget they've got Solanke, who is a bit of a worry. So I think it'll be a high scoring game tomorrow. But we've got to keep the positivity, and hopefully we see some good performances. I'll give you an interesting stat, which is completely meaningless. The new players we brought in, Ribeiro and Reina, if you look at their potentials on FIFA 24, they are our highest rated people in our team. Ribeiro, number 1. Ribeiro has an 85 potential on FIFA. So for those who have never heard of him, do your research and play more career mode.
Yeah, and play more career
Quick
mode.
shout out as well to Christina / Brandon Aguilera today.
Yes,
what a
what a
belter
debut.
he scored for Bristol Rovers. And the Bristol
what a
Rovers fans are absolutely singing his praises. Not even talking about the goal, talking about his play, his passing, and all that.
I'm not
So
surprised.
I'm thinking this could be a good loan move for him.
I
It could
think
be
so
a good
as
loan
well.
move.
From what little we've seen of him, there's obviously big potential there. And in
Yeah.
the third division, you know, he should be one of the better players in that division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've all been
Right.
impressed with him, haven't we? Even playing
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah,
even
he was
his little cameos.
Yeah.
So there is definitely something there with him. So a run of games, a bit of confidence. It looks like he's settled in really well. You know, they all got round him and celebrated, and fans are absolutely loving him. It can't do him any harm, can it? And in the long term, it won't do us any harm to get in some minutes. Definitely work with Brennan Johnson, give him a chance, drop down a level, and see what he can do. But I think he has got potential to do something for Forest, even in the Premier League. So let's see. It's basically a no. There's no harm in him getting out there and getting some game
No
time.
brainer. Yeah.
No brainer. Sorry.
Just on this one, All Mods Con saying, did our owner meet with people in Saudi? For those of you who are joining late, the answer is categorically no. Marinakis has not been to Saudi. In fact, I'd probably go as far as to say he's never been to Saudi. And we've got
that you're speculating on, but
I don't know. I don't know. But we got it on the highest of highest authorities from the club. So it's no. If you want to rewind and get the full story, it's at the start of this stream if you're joining late. And are you a bit more positive about tomorrow? Because they are a bogey team, man. 2015 was it last time we beat them?
I saw a stat today. In the last 7 games, we've lost 5 and drawn 2 or something against them. I mean, it's outrageous. Bournemouth.
I know.
Look, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because because of circumstances, we've had to and we are having to chop and change the side a lot. So we're not settled yet. So it's hard to make a judgment, isn't it, when your side's not settled? I certainly think we've got the potential. I certainly think we've got the players. Even before the, Ivory Coast screwed us over. But, I've got kind of PTSD. I've seen us against Bournemouth so many times. And they're not bad this season, are they? They're better than they normally are. And we normally lose to them, even when they're not as good. So I'm hopeful. But, that's about it.
If you take Sri Lanka out of their team, though, they're not the same team, are they? And I don't know. It's not going to be the same.
Players, man. It's not just Sri Lanka. We've got like Alex Scott, who's hit the ground running. We've got some really quality players around him, and defense has been solid as well. So I don't think we're certainly not a one-man team, but they are a bogey team for us, and he loves scoring against us. So
if I can go back to the question, is it a must-win? My views on. Of course, it's not a must-win. Not from a mathematical point of view, as Crypto said.
I think it is.
Psychologically, it would be massive. It's the same as Brentford. That's why I've been grumpy for the last week and a half, however long it's been. Because that Brentford game, we should not have lost that game. Yeah. And had we won that game, it would have been a totally different outlook. Look how much further up we would have been, how much further down Brentford would have been. And this is a similar sort of game. In that it would make such a difference to the way it looks, visually on paper, that your belief is changed by the way it looks on paper. I think everybody feels more, even if it's only 3 points different, you feel very much different if you're 6th from bottom rather than 4th from bottom, So from that perspective, it would be so good. And I think we can win. I'm sort of like that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I think, we're going to go there and we're going to win. And other times, it's going to happen to us again, isn't it? Who we got in goal? Over to you, Wolverine.
Well, we're on 96 likes, so I can't say. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me give my 2 pennies worth and see if we can get up to 100 by then.
It's over 100. It's over 100.
Okay, go on then. Go on.
All right. So, chat, are you ready? So, obviously, the issue of Matt Sells was what? The work permit. Nuno said in his press conference that they still hadn't got it. And I can tell you guys now that Matt Sells does have a work permit.
Yay!
Get in there.
That's the biggest cheer of the night.
And does that mean he starts? Does that mean he starts?
Yeah,
I
he's
think
got
he
to
does.
start.
I think
He's
he
got
does.
to.
What's the point in bringing him in if you're not going to start him?
Exactly. And what's the point in Nuno saying that he's been playing, he's got form, he wants to bring him straight in, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He's
I
not
wouldn't
doing
even put Matt Turner on the bus. I'd have George Shelby, backup keeper, and Hennessy, and Sells number 1.
Sells number 1. See, chat.
God,
See how I've cheered you
You know,
all
when you
up.
keep saying this, it makes me realise how much we've screwed up this goalkeeping situation.
Yeah.
We've wasted so much
massively.
money on goalkeepers where we could have just bought one good one.
Yep.
You know?
Right, royally messed it up. But we've got to learn from it, though. They have to learn from these mistakes that we've made, especially this season.
Yeah.
I mean,
Another
obviously,
thing-
somebody thought, didn't they, that Turner and Vlachodimos were good. Somebody must have thought it because we bought them to be a Premier League number 1. You know, that's a big position to fill. There are only 20 of them in the world. You know what I mean? So they must have thought they were just wrong.
I reckon our scouts do look at a lot of stats. I mean, I really don't want to hit you with another FIFA stat, but you know, Vlachodimos on FIFA, he's our second best player.
They didn't look at the stats for Matt Sells, did they? They didn't look at the stats for him.
I don't know what Matt Sells stats are.
He's 79, isn't he? He's 79.
Vlachodimos is 81. One thing we've got to learn from as well is hopefully we do the complete opposite to what we did against Arsenal, because that was like ultra low block. So I hope we do the complete opposite against a team like Bournemouth, especially with all our attacking players that have come in as well.
He's already said that his intention is to continue to play the way we've been playing, and that happened on Sunday was just like a one-off. But that's not the normal way. This is what he said himself. This is the way. This is the way is repeated. So,
Should I tell you something, right? I still have I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I think come mid-March, end of March, Vlachodimos will be back in goal for us. I don't want to put a downer on it, but honestly, I've been doing so much research myself. I hope I'm wrong.
The fans love it.
Yeah.
Fans proper love it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Listen, I don't want this negativity around the goalkeeper when we haven't even seen him play. And so we've got to kind of back the decision, haven't we? To an extent.
No, we're looking at stats, aren't we, Ed? And even as an FPL man as you are, you surely must agree, stats don't tell you everything.
They certainly don't.
They don't tell you how many times he rushes out and blocks, which I've seen do a lot of.
Exactly. No, but he is a rusher, and I don't mind that. Like, look, for me, there's two things on it. I think he's good off his line, and I think that he makes good saves. Yeah. I mean, there's that stat going around that he hasn't made a mistake in 6 years.
6 years.
That's a crucial stat.
Not made a mistake.
Why do you hate that stat? That is the most crucial stat. If you look at the goal,
no, it's not. Shall I tell you why? Because what would the most Forest thing be for a guy who hasn't made a mistake in 6 years?
Oh,
okay.
God. Yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But why do you the other way? He says he makes an average of 10 mistakes leading to goals a season. You wouldn't be happy with that, would you?
I'm just saying, do you get what I'm saying? Would it not be the most Forest thing?
Yeah. It's a Forest thing, yeah.
It's a Forest
thing. For me, his strengths are he comes off the line, he's a good shot stopper. He's not a great kicker, I don't think. And he parries the ball a lot. The other thing is he feels a bit Hennessy slow motion style in some of his saves for me. Yeah, he doesn't look like elastic and loose and stuff with his saves. I'm not writing him off, okay, before everyone starts. Because honestly, when I say I'm just giving my opinion,
expressing your concerns.
Sounds like an agenda.
You know what? I mean, the last position normally you'd worry about is your goalkeeper, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's usually the one that is like, forget about it, it's done, and just concentrate on the rest of the players. But that has been our biggest issue, and it's not the fact that we're conceding worldies, we're conceding from goalkeeper mistakes.
Yeah,
Turner's made a mistake almost every single game, and you can't keep doing that because we are scoring goals. We're capable of scoring. We just cannot keep it out of the other end. And mistakes do breed. And I can't remember who said it last time we were on. But yeah, if you are sitting back for so long, you are going to invite pressure. But at the same time, those were two mistakes against Arsenal that neither of those players should have made. Turner shouldn't have let it through his legs, and Montiel shouldn't have given the ball away in the middle of a part when we were on the front foot. So those kind of things you can't account for. Yes, having constant pressure does kind of give the opportunity for that more of an opportunity for that to happen. But I agree with Crypto. I don't think that's how we'll play tomorrow. I go back to the reverse fixture, and although that was at home, you saw how he set up, and that's the only time we've seen Origi under Nuno, isn't it? It was that first half until Boly got injured. Boly got sent off, obviously, and then he got taken off. But he played down the right, didn't he? So we haven't even seen Origi. I don't know if he's going to be staying or not. If he goes, he goes. If not, then we haven't seen him under Nuno. So I don't want to write him off either. But we played quite a high line in that game because the first booking that Boly took, we were so high up. He was literally the last man, wasn't he? You know, so he set up in a certain way to play against them. I understand it was at home, but I don't think Nuno's one of those. Yeah, I really liked it. I don't think Nuno's one of those that has a setup for home and a setup for away. I think he'll play the way he wants to play. And if he thinks that's the best way of getting a result wherever you are, he'll go with that. So I am positive about playing the game tomorrow. It's going to be a difficult one, but at the end of the day, we haven't seen a one-year starter game under Nuno yet. You know, we haven't seen these new players come in yet. So Elanga's back. There's certain players that will be available tomorrow. Whether he rushes them in or not, we'll wait to see. But I'm really hopeful, mate. I know they're a bogey team, but that bogey's got to break sometime. And it's been, 7 games we haven't beaten for? That's a hell of a record, man.
Bud.
Yeah, exactly. That's a shocking record, but it's got to break sooner or later. And we've got a new manager now, and we have got a bit of we're still on our new manager bounce, I think, in a way, you know, because we haven't had the players available that I think, would get the best out of. I'm hopeful about tomorrow. I'm excited about it as well.
I'll give you some positive stuff, right? Some positive stuff. Okay. So Nuno's always had a 50% record, at least there or thereabouts, whatever club he's been at. He's now fallen below the 50% record because he's won 2 and that means he lost 3. So he's fallen below. So winning tomorrow should bring him back to his 50 percentile record. Just saying, one positive. The other positive on the keepers is if you look at debuts for most of our keepers since we've been in the Premier League, and I know there's been like 6 billion of them, right? If you look at Navas, his debut against Leeds last year won us the match. If you look at Vlachodimos, his debut against Villa, wasn't it? 2-0, won us the match. Matt Turner, he was crap. We still lost to us. Yeah. Dean Henderson. Okay, we lost to Newcastle, but then he won us the first home match, didn't he, against West Ham with a penalty save and what have you. So what I'm saying is the majority of Forest goalkeepers that have made a debut in the Premier League, we have won the match. So there you go.
The ones you read out was 2 wins and 2 losses. I think you're stretching it a bit.
3.
The thing is, though, with Nuno's losses is that if you look at the Bournemouth match, for example, if Willy Boly doesn't get sent off, we don't lose that match. If Willy Boly doesn't get sent off, there's no way we lose that match. Look at Arsenal. If Montiel doesn't make that stupid pass, we don't lose that match. I'm not saying we would have won them, but we don't lose them. So apart from a few mistakes, it's not like we've been losing matches because we've been playing really bad football. They've purely been down to things that have gone against us, which shouldn't have really happened. So you can't blame Nuno for a mistake. You can't blame Nuno that Rob Jones sends off Willy Boly. So,
all right, but Crypto,
isn't that
just to be fair, if Steve Cooper was still in charge and those things had happened, what would you be saying?
So with Steve Cooper, it was a bit different because it was consistent. He was losing game after game after game. If that happens, then look, with Steve Cooper, he was playing ultra low block football like we played against Arsenal. To be fair, if Nuno started doing what he did against Arsenal every match, I'd probably not be very happy with him either. What causes the mistakes is the constant pressure from the opposition, which is exactly what happened against Arsenal. But it was a one-off. That's the difference. It's the same with some of our players who we say aren't very good. If they're consistently bad, that's where the problem starts. No one's slagging off Montiel because he's only made one mistake.
They are.
Oh, okay, they are, but I don't agree with that. If Montiel tomorrow and the game after that goes and passes a ball to their striker and they get through, then I'll start slagging Montiel off. But if you're making the one-off mistake, remember when, was it Niakate that one time who, did he handball? Did he go to head it and handball it? He hasn't done that again. So unless you're making consistent mistakes, whether you're the manager or the player, mistakes are going to happen. But what really leads to mistakes is the constant pressure. So I really hope we don't play low block again. I don't think we will. But yeah, there's certain players in the squad who obviously have a track record of consistently making mistakes. I won't name any names just in case people say I've got an agenda against them.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at the table now, we're 1 point clear in relegation zone. Okay, we have a game in hand over Everton. Luton have now overtaken us on goal difference. That's embarrassing. Brentford are 2 points clear of us. Look, Burnley and Sheffield, even if we got points deduction, well, let's not go into the points deduction thing because we don't know what's going to happen. But as things stand, we're 7 clear of Burnley and 10 clear of Sheffield with a game in hand over both of them. Do we need that buffer of another win tomorrow? This is why I'm saying, and I'm coming to you on purpose, because I know you don't like this must win. I know you've already said not must win, but we got some hard games coming up. We got Newcastle, West Ham, Liverpool, and Villa. I think.
Newcastle, hard.
All right, clip him, Jack. Clip him.
You can do. I can't ignore the threat of the possibility of points deduction. I can't look at it like that because we are almost guaranteed to get some sort of point reduction. In my head, I've stuck it at 6 points. I think that Everton will get a reduction on their appeal, and so the consequent punishments will be reflected by that new points total. If it was remaining at 10, I'd be worried about 10, but I don't think it will do. I think we've got an excellent lawyer who will do the best for us, but it is slightly complicated by the fact that Everton are being done as again, because obviously we can't expect less. If the circumstances are the same, we can't expect less than them. If it was just us, then it could be anything. So I in my head, I'm going 6 points. That's what I've settled for. So we need to finish 6 points above relegation. And I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be capable of doing that. Luton are on an amazing little run at the moment. Honestly, I know it's easy to say and there's no real evidence for it, but I can't see that lasting for the rest of the season. I think that they'll revert back to what they are. Burnley and Sheffield United, I'm not even considering. Okay, they're down. And the other one, for me, people don't tend to mention that I think are more likely to be our saviours than anybody is Everton, because they're going to get the same deduction as us. So if we can finish above Everton, assuming we're going to finish above Burnley and Sheffield, if we can finish above Everton, I'm assuming they're going to get no less a point reduction than us. So that would make us safe. Yeah? So that's where I'm looking at it.
What about Brentford?
If meanwhile we can go on a really good run and get 10, 15 points clear, that's the best possible outcome, obviously. We don't have to worry at all then. But that's where I'm at. I'm relying on Sheffield United, Burnley, and Everton.
But what Crypto just said there is I want to chuck it at you, because I'm looking at Palace and I'm looking at Brentford. Brentford have got a horrible run coming up. And Palace, if they get rid of Woy, they're probably going to get
dreadful, man. Dreadful.
They were terrible today,
And they were terrible in the last game against Arsenal as well. They're terrible.
Yeah. Are you kind of targeting them as well, Ez, on chat? What do you think about
Can I just quickly finish off there? Can I just very, very quickly? I'm looking at like the worst possible scenario, i.e. Palace finish above us, Brentford. I'm expecting us to finish above them. But I'm saying the worst possible thing is we've got Everton in our back pockets to keep an eye on. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, it's gone.
For a lot of the reasons that Ant's mentioned and we've mentioned already, it for me, it makes tomorrow's game even more important that we do get a result out of it, because we are in that situation now where we are. There's no doubt about it. We're in a relegation battle. Let's not beat about the bush, and let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But the facts are the facts. We've just got to worry about ourselves. Obviously, that's the only way you're gonna. If you're looking around yourselves, you take your eye off the ball. That's what will happen. Yeah, I bet he is, and it should be. But yeah, we've got to go for it. There's no doubt about it. We've got to go for it. We've got ourselves in this mess because of what's happened before. We can't rely on the Premier League to do us a favor. We're not about doing that. Not for teams trying to progress anyway.
Not small.
Yeah,
clubs.
exactly. Well, what they consider small clubs, obviously the Premier League only, football only started since the Premier League started. There was no history before that, was there?
He meant financially.
Let them think what we want to think. The best thing we can do is just focus on ourselves and get those points on the board. So, but going back to the original question, is tomorrow a must win? It's not a must win, but the pressure from what's down the road means that games like this coming up for us, we need to try and maximize. And I think we've got the opportunity to do that. I think they are good, and I think they're better away from home than they are at home. But Bournemouth have got a way of grinding out a result, which is what worries me about Everton, to be honest, because it was a well fought draw for them today. I know. For me, I think Tottenham were wasteful. They should have been at least 2 goals clear at one point. But for resilience to come back and score a 96th minute equaliser, that shows a lot. And that's how they've got out the last couple of seasons, literally on the last day, with the resilience. So, right, I can see what's going to be happening soon. So I'm going to tidy this up in a bit. But tomorrow's not a must win, but we've got to maximize that result. We've got to try and get something out of tomorrow.
I messed up. They have my avatar there.
Whose avatar don't they have? I don't have an avatar.
No, I can get rid of the avatar. Don't worry.
Get rid of it.
Sorry.
But yeah, something's happening soon, guys. So just stay tuned in and make sure you got those likes in. And do you want to check what the likes are at? Because these guys,
I can do that. Even I'd like today.
Oh wait, hold on. I can't get into his stupid.
And the likes are at 132. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Keep going, guys.
It will be better. 150 be a lot better.
There's over 300 of you watching. Let's get it to 250. Come on, guys. Literally press the button. We're not asking you to end world hunger. Just press a button.
Talk about
324 in. Let's get 324 likes. Why not?
Exactly.
Come on, lazy git.
No, we know there's a few trolls, but even if dislike it, I don't care. Dislike it. That helps as well.
Yeah.
Talking about small clubs, I thought it was hilarious that Chris Wilder complained about the ref eating a sandwich at half time, saying he should pay more respects to a Premier League manager. You're not a Premier League manager. You're going to be in the Championship in a few months' time. So it's kind of ironic.
Yes.
Doesn't he make Nuno look smooth and suave and sophisticated in comparison?
Yeah, he's a
right. It doesn't matter. I know that's not the most important thing, right, guys? But it there is something about a manager with an aura, and I think Nuno's got a Premier League aura about him.
Yeah. I mean, his pre-matches, his post-matches. I love his interviews. I just love the way he comes across.
I actually watch him now, and I actually enjoy them. It's not a chore.
And he drives a Mini Cooper.
And he drives a Mini Cooper.
What's Sheffield's manager called, boys? What's Sheffield's manager? Wilder, isn't it?
Chris Wilder.
Yeah.
Chris Wilder. All right.
Chris Widler.
What? Oh, he's changing the screen.
I'm going in backstage.
Sandwich.
Backstage, guys. I'm backstage.
Are you backstage?
He's backstage.
I'm infiltrated. All right, I'll keep you posted. Let's see if he puts this on.
This is a new phone jacket.
Phone jacket. Here we go.
Phone jacket FFTP special. The funny thing is, chat. The funny thing is that Wolverine hasn't told you is that we're actually all blocked from Jimmy's channel, so we can't talk about anything on there.
I've just thought of a game we can play. Right, it won't take long. We'll go round in like, I don't know, anti-clockwise, I prefer, but clockwise if you like. Naming Bournemouth players. To you runs out first.
That's way too hard. That's way too hard.
Well, just name one, because you're going to win,
Right,
aren't you?
Tyler Adams.
Hang on,
Neto.
Yeah?
Who?
Crypto?
Solanke.
Is he a goalkeeper?
Did you say Bournemouth player?
Oh, yeah, Neto.
Yeah,
Bournemouth plays. Yeah.
Solanke.
Senesi.
Billing.
Alex Scott.
Tyler Adams. That's it. I'm
Scott.
out.
Did he say? Anyone say Scott?
Yeah,
he
he
said
said it.
Scott,
Yeah.
No, he said Scott. Semenyo.
You've said that already.
No, I didn't say Semenyo.
Headers out.
I didn't tell. When have I said that? I didn't say
first
Semenyo
one?
before. No, the first one I said was Senesi, of a defender.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, they're two different players. Yeah.
All right. All right. Hey, come on. I don't know. Do I? Come on.
Yeah, good call on the game, Vernon. Fucking hell.
Yeah. No,
I
I
never
never said I
said
was going to win.
wrong.
I'm amazed I'm still in it. Hang on. Tavernier. Does he play for them?
Yeah. Marcus.
Tavernier. Or Tavernier, if you want to call it. If you want to call it the English. Yeah, but the pronunciation is Tavernier. It's a French name.
My turn, yeah. Lewis Cook.
Ooh.
I don't know. Chat, help me. Adam Smith, Zabani.
Oh, he's taken my one.
Who's that?
What's his name? That Django Unchained guy. What's his name? Django or whatever. Tango. I can't remember what his actual name is.
I don't believe it, Jay. There's no way someone called
I'll go with another S. Sinestra. Yeah, I'll go with another S. I'll go S's, mate. Sinestra.
Oh shit.
Can we name
Who
Forest?
was that lad who had the heart attack?
He didn't have a heart attack. It's David Brooks. He didn't have a heart attack. He had cancer.
David Brooks. He had cancer, didn't he? That's right. He had cancer. David Brooks.
Yeah. One of those life-changing illnesses.
I got it wrong.
Right, game's over.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think
I've got
that you would play. I'm still infiltrating.
I've got a game which is probably more interesting than naming Bournemouth players. Who do you think who do you think is going to go down realistically? I'll give you my three first. I'll try and stay in line with what I said before. So I said originally it would be Sheffield United, Burnley, and Brentford.
I've got an answer for you. I have not got an answer for it because Chris Wilder's team.
Yeah.
What about you, Ez?
If you know what, obviously the bottom two are the bottom two, and it's going to stay like that.
Yeah.
I think potentially, you know what, I'd like Brentford to go down. I'm just sick of them for some reason. I wouldn't mind them going down, but maybe Everton would be the other team. Everton will be the other team. I think that hopefully the luck's run out, and it'll be brilliant for them to start a new stadium in the Championship, or enter a new stadium in the Championship. That'd be brilliant. But I do like Everton.
Yeah, I go with Sheffield and Burnley as well, obviously.
Yeah.
And the bottom three is the other one, I believe, is between Palace, Brentford, and Everton. And I'll go Everton because of the points deduction. And also, per Wolfie's point, it leaves Luton in there and Brentford in there and Palace in there for next season.
That's true.
Whereas Everton, once they get that new stadium, might perk up a bit. Whereas them three, they'll be the same. So that's where I'm going.
Yeah. Do you guys think that Wes Foderingham is worse than Matt Turner?
What, League One Wes? I don't even think he'd get into a League One team now, mate. He's
shocking.
He's really bad.
He's struggling, isn't he?
He's really bad, man.
Yeah, but worse than Turner.
He's going on.
Yeah, he is.
Cheers, mate. To that, mate. Straight in to RJH. How's it going, pal? You all right, Robbie, mate?
Hey, like you got people calling me.
I'm all right.
All right, let's carry on. Sorry, I got excited. You know what, chat? I'm gonna go in like,
have you got your camera off then?
You're gonna go in with your camera off. Try and stay on there for as long as
I'm
possible.
gonna put the camera up and I'm gonna turn it on and be like, sausage surprise. Eastern style.
But different accent. Can you do like Sheffield
when I
accent?
get on, you don't have to go quiet because I'm going to share the audio. So you can...
Yeah, so
this
mute
guy
us.
looks depressed on his stream.
It looks
How
like
many?
he's from
How
the
many?
70s.
How many are in the green room? Are you?
You can't tell.
Can't see.
Anyway, let's carry on Forest.
Emma said there's 8
How
people.
do you know, Emma? Are you queued up as well, Emma? Are we all queuing up?
Emma's a Sheffield fan.
God, can you imagine if all in the chat all went dialed in?
The annoying thing is, I can't mute his stupid Yorkshire accent on the other screen. I don't know how to do it. So I'm hearing his bellend voice as well as your bellend voices as well. But anyway, let's
Just say bagum, ecky thump lad. And then
all right, let's carry on with what we need to talk about, right? Can we talk about the Ivory Coast now? So now that the Ivory Coast have gone through, that's it, man. That's it. We don't get them back, win, lose, or draw their next game. Same with Einar as well. So the next game that Forest can have their full squad available, subject to, of course, injuries, is going to be West Ham. What's on the 17th?
Yeah, I think it is West Ham.
Basically, the 17th.
Yeah, I think it's West Ham. I think it is West Ham.
The final, if I'm not mistaken, is on the 12th or the 11th, and that's the day Forest are playing Newcastle. So it will be West Ham. But it's not that far away, but it just feels like once we've played West Ham, boys, we've got Villa and Liverpool. It's just, we need some points.
Yeah, I think the thing, it's like it's only one game, isn't it? But if they'd been knocked out, they'd have been back for that game. You know what I mean? That's a big game against West Ham. That is it's a game we should be targeting to try and get something from. And to have we've got Niakate, to have Sangare back and Boly. Don't forget, Boly's I think he's a big miss as well. Not necessarily starting centre back, but pretty close.
Yeah. Don't you think Murillo had probably the best game so far against Arsenal, which is why 100%. It was really disappointing that we lost, because him and Balotelli were brilliant together.
You can't blame our young centre backs at all in that game. You know, they were absolutely brilliant, especially in that first half.
So, what are you blaming? What are you blaming? If we're saying the defense was good in terms of the centre back, right?
We're blaming a goalkeeper can't keep his legs shut and a right back who decided when he was in a perfect position to get us on the front foot to mishit his ball and leave us free. What was it 3 against 2, wasn't it? You know, so that's why it's two basic mistakes. Game.
We're conceding about 2 goals a game.
But in every one of those ones where we're conceding goal, there's a mistake. There's a goalkeeper mistake in every single one of those.
There's defensive mistakes as well. So how can we sit here objectively and say Omar Balotelli and Murillo have been okay? You know what I'm saying?
So say we've been say most of these games we've been conceding 2 goals. One of them is a goalkeeper mistake. But we're still scoring 2 goals. So we're scoring 2 goals away from home and losing 3-2 and not getting a point out of a game, you know. So that needs to stop. We need to cut out at least half our mistakes, and half our mistakes are coming from our goalkeeper. You know, that's 50% of your goals that you're conceding are coming from your goalkeeper mistakes. If that can be cut, that's going to make a massive difference because we are scoring goals and we're more than capable, especially now with Taiwo back. You know, it's that player, man. He's literally he's certainly lifted my confidence because the way he came on against one of the best centre backs in world football and just barged him off the ball like he wasn't there. Literally, he's got no fear, and I love a player like that. If we can keep him fit, and hopefully, and this is what the guys. There's been a lot of comments about, what if he gets injured again? Hopefully, guys, the point of him taking this extended break was to have the surgery which he hasn't had. So he's had this underlying problem since we signed him, and we haven't been able to deal with it. So we're going to mute ourselves in a bit, I think, aren't we? And
can I just add to that, Ez, what you were saying about the defense and the goalkeeper?
Might be on.
So that bit.
It's getting red. Come on.
Next up, we've got not just Dave Leary, but Dave. Oh, no. I moved.
Is it me?
Dave and Aaron. How's it going?
Jimmy, you're so...
Hello.
You're that popular, Jimmy. Seriously.
Are you old? Are you OLZ?
I'm sorry, I can only half hear you now because he's so loud. But I just want to ask you this question, Anne. Are we missing Einar?
Yeah, of course we are. Yeah, of course we're missing Aina. Yeah, any good
We're
player you're
missing
going
good
to
players,
miss.
yeah.
But I was going to follow on from Ezra's point that yes, we're making these errors in defence as well as the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is responsible for quite a few of them. But I also believe that when you've not got a goalkeeper that you're confident in, and you're not got a goalkeeper that you're working well with, that puts you under more pressure anyway. So you're more likely to make a mistake anyway. And there may be times when, if the goalkeeper was more at it, the defender would have had another option, or he'd been covering another area. Do you know what I'm saying? It makes a big difference if you've got a goalkeeper that's dodgy, and that's what we've been up against. So I'm hoping that if we get this new guy is a steady Eddie, that's what doesn't have to be spectacular. Steady Eddie.
Steady.
Then I'm hoping that the rest of the defense will get more cohesive, and also we're chopping and changing all the time.
Yeah,
let's get a settled defense, more cohesive, confidence in the goalkeeper. And as Ed says, going forward, we don't have a problem, which is great. That's what saves you in the Premier League, is being able to score goals.
Just a quick one before you jump in. One of the things that gives you confidence is when your goalkeeper, and Wolfie said that this is something that Sells does, is it comes off his line. There was a couple of times, especially in that Arsenal game, where Turner could have taken the pressure of his central defenders by coming and getting the ball when it was being lofted over top. Now, if you've got a goalkeeper who does that, that will give confidence to the defense. And you, like I say, bear in mind, we've got young defenders and we've got players who are playing in the Premier League for the first time, young or old, you know. So they've got to have a solid goalkeeper behind them, and let's hope this makes the difference. But it certainly will make a difference. It already has in the fan base. So if we're confident, then hopefully that rubs off on the players as well.
Well, one thing I'd like to mention, I won't talk about the goalie because as an Ant, I've spoken about that. But second to the goalie, I think the biggest problem for us is set pieces. Now, one positive I did see in the Arsenal match is that Murillo especially was actually heading the ball a lot better than before. So it looks to me like they've probably been working on that, because so many of our goals this season have been conceded by set pieces. So if we can get rid of that weakness, and I mean, when they had the ball, all they need to do is clear the ball out of the box. It doesn't need to be accurate. You just need to get your head on it and get it out of the box. And then the other kind of where improvement needs is probably our wing backs or full backs, whatever you want to call them, because people like Montiel and Tavares, it looks like Tavares may be a starter for Nuno as well. They're great on the attack, but I think they are a bit weak on the defense. I mean, Montiel, regardless of the error he made, some of his tackling is not great. He goes in and quite often he misses the ball. So I do think that when Aina comes back, it gives us a different type of option on the fullbacks. If we're playing, for example, Toffolo, Aina, so Toffolo, Aina much better at defending. So it's good we've got the options.
I think Toffolo is a better option for tomorrow, certainly for tomorrow, in terms of as he's a better defender. But just a quick, maybe a quandary for me, because I'm looking at this in a slightly different way, because I think most of you guys are expecting if Niakate is available, you'd have him straight back in tomorrow. Is that the case?
Yeah, probably.
You know what? I'm toying with the idea. I'm toying with the idea of somebody else who's fit and available. Felipe. In a game like that, he is our best header of the ball, and it's something that me and Ant noticed. Say again.
He's not Matt Sharp, do you think?
Yeah, we don't know if he's
I know, but you know what? He doesn't necessarily. The way he plays and what he brings to the team, I don't think is going to be too affected by how match fit he is. The point I'm making is something that me and Ant noticed in the Arsenal game. There were a couple of times when we're winning headers and it's not going to a man. We're just hitting it anywhere. You do need some position with your headers. And the one player who I've seen do it consistently, find a man with a header, is Felipe. I'd be tempted to see him start tomorrow, you know. Maybe Niakate's head's not in the right place, you know. Obviously, he missed the penalty that sent his team out of AFCON. Is his head in the right place?
I know he's very mad though. But how many goals did we concede against Bournemouth last time that were either a cross or a set piece? Was it 2 of them? Was it all of them?
2 of them at least, wasn't it?
I think it was 2, wasn't it? So it's kind of goes back to the conversation we had before. I would say the best headers in the team, maybe apart from Felipe, a Boly and Niakate. So do you? Obviously, we can't start Boly, but do you start people who are? Do you start Felipe and Niakate just on the premise that they're better at defending set pieces?
Yeah,
but for me,
Niakate statistically is one of the worst in the league.
I haven't seen that though. I don't understand that statistic. I just want to say though, on record, I wouldn't drop Murillo. The amount of goals and the amount of chances that he saves us by making late tackles and making blocks and making runs, keeping up with the strikers is numerous. I mean, against Arsenal, he would have saved us from losing about 5-0.
Central defending is not all about heading. You know,
yes,
that's why the ideal, in a way, the ideal combination is to have a header and a ball player. If you can have a heading ball player in both, that's ideal. But normally, if you've got something like, that's why I think Boly and Murillo work well together, because you've got one that's an outright beast, another one that can do. Don't get me wrong; they're both good defenders anyway. In all areas, we're talking margins here. So yeah, you don't need two big ball winners, headers of the ball. As long as you've got one. Most teams only have one, to be honest. If you look back, like John Terry and people like that, he had Carvalho at the side of him, who wasn't a monster in the. That's how it normally goes.
So who are you starting at tomorrow? Let's just say you got Niakate, Murillo, Omar Bamadeli, and Felipe all fit already. What's your combo? And chat, what's your combo from those first four? I can see Robin saying, is it crazy to put Murillo a CDM role? Because we're going to come on to that, because we've got to talk about midfield in a second. But let's stick with the defense. The two centre backs, who are you going with?
Right. See, this is difficult because we don't know. Not only, I mean, I understand your point about Felipe. It's easier for a defender to come in cold than it is for a midfielder or a striker. Yeah, it's an easier position to play. Let's be honest. But we don't know how sharp he is, and we don't know how fit he is, and he's not played for how long. You know what I mean? It's a risk.
Hayden Cooper's second last match, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or so last match,
if he was like the Felipe we know, he'd be first name on that sheet. No problem at all. But I'm going to hold back on that because I don't think he is. So I would play. Who else we got? We've not got Boly, have we? He's still away.
No, we've got Niakate, Omar Bamadeli,
Niakate and Murillo. Yeah, Niakate and Murillo for me. Neither of which are renowned for their heading. But yeah, that's the way it is. That's what we've got.
It's tough. Again, let's address the big question, the two CMs. Because with obviously Mangala going, who's a more defensively minded person, Sangare's still not back. We're not going to get into should he, shouldn't he. It's done now, all right, before you two start again. What are we doing with the two CMs? Do you go, I guess your options are, do you go all out attack with a Dominguez and a Danilo in there? Or do you put a Yates in there with one of the other two? Crypto, what would you do in that? And what would you do, chat, as well?
So yeah, I'd have to go with Danilo and Dominguez, or it's not Dominguez, is it? Dominguez and Danilo. I mean, I would have gone with Mangala and Dominguez, but that's by the by. So Danilo and Dominguez, I think they're our best two options. Pretty simply, as I've said before, I prefer Yates as a super sub. I think Yates has got a lot of passion and he's good at knocking people off the ball. He's good at getting fouls, but I don't think that's what we need throughout the whole game. So I'd go for Danilo and Dominguez. I think there is an argument that Danilo is not quite on form, but he's been all right the last few games. He just needs to get his passing back. His shooting's good. The other thing, if you do go with Danilo and Dominguez, is which side do you play them? Because I think Dominguez is actually better on the left, but I do quite like the Argentinian hookup with Montiel and Dominguez going down the right. So it's a good choice to have, isn't it? But for me, it would have to be them two, and then Yates would be coming on as the super sub in the 65th minute, probably for Danilo.
And is that too attacking?
Sorry, talk to me. Sorry, you're very low.
Sorry, is that better?
It is very attacking. Look, let's be right. The number one on the team sheet, first player, without any shadow of a doubt, would have been Mangala.
Yeah.
Without any shadow of a doubt. So all you people that are saying he doesn't matter his fourth choice, it would have been Mangala, number one, right? He ain't here anymore. Get over it, Ant. Okay. So I don't get this Yates. We need Yates for this, Yates for that. Yates is limited. Dominguez is like a supercharged Yates with much more flair, much more technical ability, much more vision. Okay. So we don't need Yates in there. We've got Dominguez. People got to get it out of their heads. Got to have Yates in there. He goes around kicking people. Dominguez can do that. He's very good at it. But he gets away with it. So it would have to be Dominguez and Danilo for me. But I am missing that central defensive midfielder. I am missing it. And we ain't got one because everybody thinks it's a good idea to give him away for 10 million. Okay.
When Sangare comes back,
are we? We're not going to go on about that. We're going to stick with what we've got. So we're going to have to go attacking. We've got no choice.
Do you agree with that?
I just caught the end of that. So you would have, just for the sake of 2 games, you would have given up 10 million.
Yes.
Well, that's why we're in this mess, isn't it? That's why, because we got people
that's why we're going down it. Thank you very much. Look, let's not get into this again. Because we have our views. We're entitled to
2 games. 2 games. You can't live 2 games without another player.
What if we go down by 3 points?
6 points.
Yeah, but you're saying he's not must-win games. Why does it matter? If they're not must-win games, why do these 2 games matter?
All right, let's not go down this rabbit hole. We all know where this ends up leading, right?
I know, and we're not on Jimmy's yet,
I can't believe it on this fucking channel. I can't believe it.
It's not hate.
Agendas.
It's not hate. No one.
Can I spin that a different
your leg?
Listen, the difference between us staying up and going down isn't going to be selling Mangala. That's all I'm saying.
Can I spin it? How can you know that?
I want to spin it a different way though, because I wouldn't say it's just the 2 games.
How could you know the rest of the season? Even I wouldn't say a statement like that.
Stop.
You don't know, do you? Until the end of the season.
Stop. I can't listen to a squabble and a Yorkshire twat on my other screen and try and mediate everything. So, Crypto, give me your other spin, whatever this spin cycle setting you got on there.
So the other spin is where Ez has the question, would you have kept Mangala just for 2 games? My answer to that would have been Mangala would have been an option for every game for the rest of the season. I've said it before. If you want to play a defensive midfield, for me, it would be Mangala and Sangare. Now, I'd probably start Sangare and Dominguez, but Mangala is by far our best option to come on as a sub. As opposed to someone like Ryan Yates, and you know, what happens if Sangare comes back and breaks his leg? We'll be in trouble. It's a big position. It's controlling the front of the centre backs. You're controlling the middle of the pitch. And Mangala was the best person, I think, in terms of passing, in terms of possession, in terms of turning around and keeping the ball. I think he was one of the best at that.
Yeah, can I be real with you? Can I be real for a second?
Yeah,
right? Mangala was good. Mangala was good, but he wasn't a Roy Keane. He wasn't.
He was a Freuler. He was another Freuler, man. He just didn't give the ball away as much.
What an insult!
He was another Freuler who just didn't give the ball away as much. He passes it sideways.
And leave the stream, man. Leave the stream.
How many forward passes?
Leave the stream.
How many assists did he have? How many progressive passes did he make? How many times did he get up the field?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying from a defensive point of view.
As if he's God. Let's stop talking about it.
If we go 1 or 2-0,
we're getting 10 million we're getting 10 million on a loan fee for him. For fuck's sake, shut.
You could probably get 10 million for Yates though.
This is a loan.
You couldn't. If you can buy me 10 million for Yates, I'll take it now.
I do agree, as I wouldn't go as far as Freuler, but I would say he's not priceless.
No, I'm not. I know. I wanted to upset Ant. He's upset me, so I'm upsetting him.
He's left. He's turned into an emoji.
Upset in the chat now, man. He's gone too far. So it's gone too late. I'm just saying. He's not. We won't lose games because we haven't got him, and we won't not win games because we have got him, right? Absolutely. He's replaceable. Let's not forget, for most of last season, he was bloody injured. Yeah,
but you say he's replaceable, but we haven't replaced him.
We don't need to replace
We
him.
don't need to. We just have to wait 2 games until bloody our marquee signing comes back.
Sangari's injured, isn't he?
Yeah, come good for our sakes, man. That's all I'm
Mangala is injured, so we should probably cancel Mangala's loan and bring him back.
Maybe just cancel the season, innit? Let's cancel the whole season.
Well, if we ended the season now, we'd still be, you know, in the Premier League. So
Anyway, Ez, who are the 2 you put in your CM tomorrow? That's all I asked. How this ended up on Mangala?
No, I know that's what you asked. I think you got to go with what the guys have said. To be honest, Danilo and Dominguez, who's the first name on a team sheet for me. And Danilo, when I've watched even more recently against Arsenal, he was so deep. He was making it a back three, so he can play a deeper role. I agree with Crypto in a way. I'd like to see them the other way around, but Dominguez gets all over the pitch anyway. He's not got one fixed position. He's very mobile and he's very agile, and he does get himself about the pitch. And I think Nuno's brought that discipline into Danilo's game, which we hadn't seen before, which is why it makes it look like he's not really impacting games as much, but he's a lot deeper, than he normally certainly had been last season, and he's been utilized in a different way. That hopefully will change once Sangare is back, and Sangare's got some
never be back.
And a steady and a steady running the team. But for the time being, I think you got to go with them two. You got to go with them two.
Hold on, it might be my turn.
Ooh. Fingers crossed.
So we're getting through the people that are here. Brad.
Who the hell's Brad?
How's it going, pal?
Brad?
Listen,
Brad
I'm going
ahead of me.
throw a bit of a curveball at you. I will let you talk about whatever.
It's Brad Stoney. Stoney said he was hiding behind there as well.
Yeah, it might be,
Brad, sorry, carry on. Jimmy, we've got our own show to run, mate. We can't troll you on your time, right?
He must know. He must know.
Our chat is more important than yours, mate. Serious. How many has he got watching in their chat? Can anyone check? Because it feels like he's got more backstage than he has watching the damn show. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Okay. He's been warned about. Are you serious? Has he been warned? Because I did mess up and go. I didn't know my avatar was on.
Yeah, I think he knows, mate. We'll see. Play it by ear.
Yeah, but you think he'd have you on anyway? We would, wouldn't we? If you came back,
they're stupid. He's a Sheffield fan, but then he's probably watching us at the same time anyway.
Someone sniffed us out apparently.
Yeah, that's what Stoney's saying.
By the way, guys, I didn't go off because I was getting mad. I just didn't want to continue it.
No, and don't tell him, man. Just let him think that.
Sorry, shit. I can't believe I did that. I'm letting
where's the likes, guys? We haven't got to 200 likes yet. Seriously, it massively helps the channel. You don't understand how much it helps. So just tap that button, man. It's not even going to cost you
331 watching. My God, he's got the whole shit.
That's a loser mentality. All the losers are watching him when they lose 5-0.
All right, can we talk about the most important player?
Taiwo.
Taiwo, yeah.
I thought we were getting back onto Mangala for a second.
He's not. He definitely isn't.
Let's
I thought our most important player was Morgan Gibbs-White.
Okay, yeah, whatever. We're gonna argue. I just want to talk about Taiwo. All right, important, not important. I want to talk about Taiwo. Right? Do we risk him tomorrow? Because there's massive rumors that Wood is out injured, with that stiffness and all of that. Right? So would you just go straight with Taiwo on this? Crypto.
Yeah. I mean, I think Taiwo is our best striker anyway. So I'd always start Taiwo when possible. He may not be match fit, but don't forget we've signed Ribeiro, who apparently is a wonder kid. So he can always back him up if he needs to come on for 10, 15 minutes at the end of the game. But even if Wood was full fitness, I'd still start Taiwo tomorrow. I think respect to what Chris Wood's done over, while Taiwo's been out, he's been a good finisher and he's kept us in it really. But Taiwo for me is still the stronger, the faster, the more I say the more skillful player. He's more skillful with his shins, and I like that type of striker. So I think the big thing for me with Taiwo has always been his speed. He keeps up with the wingers. If you're going to play Elanga and Rayner or Callum Hudson-Odoi, whoever it may be, and Morgan Gibbs-White, it's all about speed and hitting people on the counter. And Chris Wood is not the best counter-attacking striker. he's better at when the ball's being whipped in, and I don't think we're gonna do that with the players we've got back.
Yeah, someone else talk.
Yeah, go on.
Permission, bloody hell, man! I'm trying to
I
watch.
know.
I'd have Tyler back. He played 45 minutes.
Yeah.
He seemed okay. I mean, obviously he's a little bit rusty, but he seemed okay. You know, he seemed to be moving all right and everything.
Scored as
So
well.
if you've had 45 minutes, then the next step normally is to start, isn't it? So
Yeah.
let's hope so. We need him.
It's all based on how he's recovered. So if he's had no ill effect from that 45 minutes, which was probably longer than Nuno would ideally have given him, then yeah, he starts for me 100%. And the difference he makes to the way we play, because he bullies defenders, he occupies defenders, which allows for more creative players around him to get further up the field and be able to do a lot more with the ball. So I mean, he's one that I have to see tomorrow starting, and I'd probably start Alanga as well if he's able to, because he's another one who gives us another string to our bow. But just a quick, I mean, I know he's preoccupied, but Wolfie, I mean, I assume all three of our signings need work permits, which is thanks to Brexit, by the way, you pricks, whoever voted for it. But all of them need work permits, don't they? Do we know if they've all got their?
Yeah,
work
it was
permits?
only Sells that was the slow one. The rest are fine, and Sells is fine as well. So
yeah.
they're all open.
If Wood isn't available tomorrow, then Ribeiro on the bench is what you have to do, and it certainly gives you an option.
Sorry, Ez. They got some absolute sad twat called James Will, who must be a Sheffield fan. Don't let Wilfie on your stream. He's waiting backstage. Don't let
James Will. No,
he's a Forest
Someone snitched.
I'll tell you after the stream who James Will is, but he's someone.
Whoever snitched on us in the chat, man. What was that about?
I've just seen the comment. Yeah, I've just been sent the comment about Wolfie's backstage. Don't let him on.
If he's got some balls, he'll put me on.
Yeah, we would, wouldn't we? We if he came backstage, we'd have him on. Yeah. Full camera and everything.
So depressing.
Yeah, I told you. That's why we never get up to 350 likes or whatever, because we got people like James Will, who is a troll, who's been in our chat plenty of times. I'll tell you about him after the stream, Wolfie. But
do you know him?
Yeah, you know him as well. Well, we kind of know him. Yeah.
Is he a Forest fan?
Yeah, he is.
What a twat!
What? He's a Forest fan. Snitching us out to Sheffield fans.
Yeah, he's been trying to troll us.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
What a twat!
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
what's he called? James what?
James Will. He's been in that chat before as well. He's a right Cooperite. You know, he's a prick.
I'm never.
The Cooper call. It all makes sense.
Cooper is thicker than
Is he also on the RSPCA's watch list like Tavares?
But speaking of Tavares, man, and I just realized he's legible again, man.
I think
what do you mean he's legible again?
He's eligible to play.
Legible doesn't that mean you can write?
Yeah, you can read his writing.
No, as in his tongue is now out of his dogs.
Has he become an author? He's writing a book about dogs.
But
yeah, well, he was never not eligible, was he?
Yes, he was last game.
Yeah, against Arsenal. He couldn't play against Arsenal, could he?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You with me now?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'm thinking African nations and all sorts. I don't know where I am. I'm all confused. Yeah.
Do you think Nuno will play tomorrow
against Bournemouth? Because we need that defensive solidity. And Toffolo, he's no slouch at going forward. He does get forward, and he has got a beautiful left foot. He puts in. He's more reliable than a crosser, I think.
I want to give everybody a fair crack of the whip, and we'll be here all night if people keep spilling in the way they do. But it's been brilliant. So, Ollie,
brilliant.
Pal.
Oh, come
what
on!
Is it you want to talk about?
You absolutely must, Jimmy.
Does he know what you call? Just go in under a different name. What people from Sheffield called? What people from Sheffield called?
Been brilliant.
What is a Sheffield like name? Twat or something?
Jonathan.
Stanleyforth is a Sheffield name.
Billy Sharp Red Army
called Stanleyforth Road.
Billy Sharp's Red White Army. We'll love you on.
Anyway, sorry, Tavares. It's a really organized stream, isn't it? How you lot are watching this, I have no idea. I just want to troll Jimmy, man.
You have been a little distracted this evening, Mr. Wolf. I must say.
Well, I expect my fellow colleagues to be able to, go take the mantle a little while I have to deal with these Sheffield.
We have been taking the mantle.
All right. Go on, then. So talk to me about Tavares, then. Do we start him or not, man?
No, I'd start Toffolo because I think I know Toffolo's a better defender, and like I say, he does get forward. He can get forward, and he's got a beautiful left foot to pass with. His crosses are better than Tavares's. I did say when we got Tavares, didn't I, that you need him as a defender, but you'd get a lot of fun out of him going forward, and that's kind of true. But he does lose it a lot and stuff. You know what I mean? And no, for me it'd be Toffolo. I prefer a proper left back.
All right. And what else we got left to talk about? Really,
we've only got up to the midfield. We haven't said our wingers yet. We haven't talked about our wingers. I presume everybody agrees Morgan Gibbs-White's going in the 10.
Well, what's the formation first off for tomorrow?
4-2-3-1 standard. Yeah. Can I just say, have I not said since day dot Forest should be playing at 4-2-3-1? And Sai, where's Sai? I don't know if Sai's in the chat. Not Sai F, Sai J. Is that now would get overrun. I can tell from the players we've got 4-2-3-1 is the right formation. And thank you, Nuno, for seeing eye to eye. So yeah, it is going to be a 4-2-3-1.
This is the way.
And then what?
This is the way.
So let's do this differently then. Let's start from the front backwards. 4-2-3-1 we're agreed on. Let's start from the front backwards. Taiwo, obviously, fit, if he's fit and he hasn't had any, like say, bad reaction from playing that 45 minutes, then he starts without a doubt.
Yeah,
MG Dub in a 10. We start in the Langa?
Yes, I'd start.
I will. And then you're looking at
what foot is Reina? Reina right-footed?
Yeah,
he's right-footed. Yeah. So
Reina two-star weak foot. It's 2-star weak foot on FIFA.
Is it? Always rely on FIFA, man, to scout these players.
Can I just give you an update from James Will? His most recent one is: don't let Mark Dennis on your channel. He's a Forest fan.
Yeah,
I thought James Will was a Forest fan. Can we ban James Will? James Will, man, why are you such a snake? What's your problem?
He's obviously not a Forest fan, is he? You don't go on another channel and put "don't let him on." He's a Forest fan. If you're a Forest fan, you don't put that. So
let's say he's loyal to a couple of other Forest fan bases.
What's he doing? Watching both streams at the same time? Get a fucking life, man. It's Saturday night.
Yeah. We can talk.
Yeah, but I'm not watching 2 streams. I can't multitask that well. James Will. James Will, man.
I'm just going to dig him up on Twitter now, man. James is
bring great shame upon your family of Forest fans.
Anyway, all right, so we're in agreement there, right? So would you not start Reina and Elanga, or Callum Hudson-Odoi and Elanga, or sub Reina, or what are we doing with this?
I'd go Elanga left, Reina right.
Yeah, I think I'd throw Reina straight in, Yeah, because I've not been impressed by Cho at all, especially in the last few games. I think he needs a bit of a break. I'd throw him in. Why not? What have we got to lose?
So you drop in Callum Hudson-Odoi, which means...
What have we got to lose? Or is it a must-win game?
Exactly.
Relegation.
I
think Hudson-Odoi has shown glimpses, but not enough, has he? Give him time. I'm going to give him time. I'm not writing him off.
I think he's got a confidence issue.
Yeah,
but like Jimmy.
Yeah, maybe. Whatever it is, I'm prepared to give him time because I do know that there's quality in there. I just don't know how much is left.
Yeah,
Reina, I don't know enough about him. I know there's a lot of noise about him, and I know he's highly rated, but he's not been lighting Dortmund up, has he? Let's be honest.
He's been injured.
So, I know. Well,
he's been injured. He's supposed to be very, very good. So I reckon we give him a chance.
Yeah.
To be fair, Callum Hudson-Odoi was supposed to be very, very good, but he's not. Do you know what? Callum Hudson-Odoi is
American as well, so he's got all that. Reina's American, so he's got all that hype around
Americanness.
Yeah.
So you got to be a bit careful.
Callum Hudson-Odoi reminds me, and not on the same level, but he reminds me of a bit of a Lingard. like massive expectation and then not quite performing. I think he's better than Lingard. I think he's got the potential, but it's just not quite. He hasn't lit the world on fire. The thing with Callum Hudson-Odoi is if you compare him to his peer, which is Elanga, it's night and day. Look at Elanga; he's one of the top goals and assists for a winger in the league.
Okay, but are you looking at Elanga through injury lenses?
Because I'm looking at Elanga through beer goggles. I think he's one of the best players in our team.
Yeah, but you get the point I'm making. Like, we do this all the time. It's like, oh my God, Taiwo's out. Now he's back and he doesn't play well. Yeah, I'm not Taiwo, but I'm just giving examples. Go on, as what you saying?
No, I was going to say, I'm going to go back to a point I made about how Taiwo allows us to play. So I actually, going back on it, just a bit of revisionism, I think actually Taiwo being in there would give Hudson-Odoi more opportunity to get further up the field and be in more difficult, more positions rather than having to, what's the word I'm looking at? Having to make the action. So if you, like for example, at the moment, he's having to run 20, 30 yards with the ball, and then he's looking around, there's no one around him, to support him. It's a different way we play with a target man like Taiwo up front. So that could actually bring the best out of Callum Hudson-Odoi and allow him to get a few more assists and, positive impacts in the game. So it's not the worst thing to see because, like I say, Taiwo changes the way we play. So we can't write. I'm certainly not writing Hudson-Odoi off. And to see them give us the option of having those two wingers available and to interchange if we need to is an option out there. But I do want to see the new toy, and I think that's the only reason I'm saying I want to see Reina start tomorrow.
It's
a new toy thing, so get that out of the way.
Ribeiro, then you want a new toy? You're gonna chuck the other new toy on or not?
I think with Ribeiro, if he's an option on the bench and Wood's not available, Taiwo's not going to play 90 minutes tomorrow. So he will.
Yeah, can I just? Yeah, I think you're on Crypto. Obviously, because I'm reading Sheffield United now.
Who said that? James Will.
Yep. Joe Worrell is that leader we need. We need a big hard bastard at the back. 6'5" Joe Worrell.
He's not 6'5".
Joe Worrell would be perfect.
Let me. I'm going to say one thing on it, and then I'm never going to speak his name again. If Joe Worrell was playing today, you would have lost fucking 10-0 because you're shit, and so is he, and that's the end of it.
He couldn't resist. He could have just AJ Fraser.
He couldn't. He promised before the stream, but he couldn't.
He brought it up.
He had to get it in there. Shall I give up on this Jimmy stream with all these?
I think you're gonna have to, bro. He's not gonna get you on.
Yeah, pay some attention to your own
chat. Pay some attention to your chat. Yeah.
Chat. I tried. It would have been hilarious. It would have been hilarious. We got great.
Unfortunately, some sad bastards had to ruin it for everyone. But if you want to live your life like that, then go for it.
Guys, we're 7 likes away from 200. Come on.
And also, don't forget, if you want your official Forest licensed merch, like my beautiful Happy Clapper bottle right here, and Ez's beautiful mug. Let's have a look at that. #1 fan mug. Don't forget, use code FFTV10. There's the city ground, there's slippers, there's flags, there's all kinds of beautiful Forest officially licensed gift from Foco. The link's pinned in the chat, and you get 10% off at your checkout. All right, let's get on with the score.
Quick question, Wolfie, while you've just mentioned Foco. Our discount code, it's not just on Forest merch, is it? Because we do have some like Everton fans and stuff like that. So you can use it on your club as well, guys. So if there's non-Forest fans in there and you want to...
like my boy's birthday will be coming up soon and he'll want some Arsenal stuff. You can use FFTV10 and get 10% off the Arsenal stuff if you wanted. It's on all your checkout stuff. Yeah, good point there, Ez. Good point. All right, let's get into the score predictions. Chat, start spamming them in there. Let's see what you're thinking. And let's kick this one off with Anthony.
After today's results, I mean, I always say, it's football, anything can happen. And after today's results, it looks like anything can happen. But I'm going to go for a steady, well-played 2-1 to Forest.
Okay. Are we gonna be behind and then come from behind?
Oh my God. I don't know. Score? Come on, I don't know. Have you seen my predictor league this week? You're asking me.
You think Sells is going to concede? He's well good, Sells.
We always concede. That's why I've put one.
No, Sells doesn't concede. That's why we bought him.
Okay,
So what are you
2-0
going,
then. 2-0 then.
So you going crypto?
So, as everyone will know, last week I predicted 2-1 to Arsenal. So you guys should all listen to me and not Ant. I think we're going to win 3-2 tomorrow.
I predicted 2-1 to Arsenal as well.
They didn't.
You didn't say that out loud.
Didn't say it on stream. Clip it.
No, I predicted 1-0 on stream.
Yeah, there you go. I predicted 2-1 to Arsenal. I think Forest are going to win 3-2 tomorrow. I think we owe them a 3-2 result, and I think Taiwo is going to score 2 goals, and I think Dominguez is going to score 1. And I don't know who's going to score on their team, so I'm just going to say Solanke.
Okay. Ez?
I think it'll be a high scoring game as well, but I'm going to go 2-2 draw, actually, guys. Sorry, but I'm going to 2-2 draw. I think it'll be goals in
I
the
thought it was
game.
a must win.
I didn't say it was a must win. I said if we go by your well, let's not go back over that. I didn't say it was a must win. If you go back over my answer for it, didn't say it was a must
I swear you did.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Did you
Go
say
back
must
over
win or
it.
not?
Play it back. I didn't say it was a must win. I said in
I
the
know that
situation,
he started his
I said in the
school
situation
with,
we
on
need to get a
paper,
result.
mathematically, it's not must win.
Yeah.
But
But we need to get a result out of a game. That's what I said. And the
So
result is
a point.
A point is a result. But we owe them big time, man. And the 3-2, we've lost so many 3-2s has gone the wrong way that I'm not averse to even bumping up and going with Crypto's 3-2 prediction, because we're so long overdue owing them one. We owe them 10.
Yeah.
So,
Who's on VAR tomorrow? It's not Rob Jones, is it?
It's not. Someone said the ref
is.
The ref was Anthony. What's his face? Wasn't it? Someone said it in the chat earlier.
Is it Anthony Taylor?
Anthony Taylor.
Was it Anthony Taylor? Who said it?
That's not good either. Someone in the chat will know who's reffing.
Someone put it in earlier. I can't remember. Bradley saying 4-4. Matt Kirk saying 4-0 to Bournemouth.
It's Rebecca Welch. It's a female one tomorrow.
What, ref?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Female refs are in general better than male refs from what I've seen.
And Mark just says a woman.
Well done, Mark. You're in the know.
Mark.
It was you. It's a woman. Even Emma, the woman, saying it's a woman, man.
Ref is a bird from Jeff G.
Got a female.
No. Emma's put it correctly. It's the woman. Not a woman, the woman.
She's American. We got to start Rainer then. We've got to start Rainer, man.
Start Matt Turner in goal. Start Matt Turner.
And then here come all the misogynist. Is she?
Yeah, let's not bring that shit up.
Josh, man, come on. Last time a female ref, Gio Reyna, his dad had a fissy fit about it. His dad hopefully will not be a problem for us. Okay, you know what I'm going to predict? I'm going to try something different here, right? I'm not going to predict. I'm not taking no jinxerine crap and what have you, right?
So what did you put on your predictor then?
Yeah, exactly. You didn't void the game, did you?
No.
Have we got to check? Because we can.
Someone in the chat will remember.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do, right? I'm just saying, because I've had bloody Lemmy, shout out to Lemmy, all over me on freaking Twitter saying, oh, yeah, you just cursed Ivory Coast, jinxerine. So I'm not saying a score, nor am I going to even... You know, the other thing I was going to do, I don't think it will work. I was going to dig up some of my old Forest tops and try a different Forest top on the watch along tomorrow, but they're so goddamn small on me, man. I can't fit.
Send them my way, mate. It'll be all right. Actually, no, don't send them my way.
You don't want to smell them, mate. They're old.
Oh,
young kid Forest ones. So I'm not predicting, but if I had to predict, I would probably go 2-1 to Forest.
Mm-hmm.
I
just want to positive about tomorrow, aren't we?
But who do you think is going to score?
Oh, I already know who's going to score. Tavares is going to score.
The Oracle.
I don't think Tavares will score.
He's going to trust me. He's going to score. And the other one,
especially if he doesn't play,
will be Dominguez. There's your 2 goal scorers. If I was going to predict, but I'm not.
On Super.
Do you think he will start Tavares tomorrow?
Yes.
I think he likes Tavares.
I think he will as well. Yeah, I think he will.
I think he likes him, and he might do, but I
Yeah.
think he might go Toffolo for this one, but we'll see.
I-
But on the Super Brew predictly, 5% of people have predicted the Forest win.
Seriously,
Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah.
I mean, I
When
definitely did.
When I put 2-1 Forest in, it came. You know, it comes up with the warning. Are you sure
Yeah.
this is a ridiculous bit of a ridiculous bit? It came up with that.
Ridiculous thing to say.
that's what I'm saying. So I got some really nice ones as well. Man.
It didn't give me a warning when I put 10-0 to Villa against United.
He said, "Are you sure you've gone high enough?" Man?
Yeah, this is a bit low.
All right, let's wrap it up there. Please do hit the like button if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Subscribe if you're new. We'll be back for the watch along tomorrow. I got an under 13s match at 10 a.m, so I should hopefully be back in time to run the watch along. If not, we'll just chuck these three in there. And yeah, they don't know yet. Oh, they suddenly all look panicked.
Yeah, not available.
But you know what? You know how sad it is. I was thinking, won't we be there? Are we at home? Are we away? Where are we? Who's the president?
We're away. All right, guys, we will catch you tomorrow on the watch along. Forest will win this one. Come on, you Reds.